G'day folks, today's video we're on the Banov map and it will be a loot guide for you guys. So this loot guide should take about 2 to 3 hours. Once you do it the first time, you definitely can get it done in 2. And we're starting off at the biggest spawn town, Banov's Nad Bravu. And we're going to finish up at Overgrown Military and the bunker there where it's completely dark and you'll need a head torch. I'll be rating every place we go to 1 to 10 based off danger and the gear you can get. And I'll be showing you the route that I go every time that's very easy to follow. So let's get into it. So the town Banov's Nad Bravu is where you want to spawn, and you won't be able to miss it because it's by far the biggest town in the spawn area. Just have a loot around, and then one of the places that you don't want to miss is this little military outpost. It has lots of tents and military buildings and also some medical tents as well. And this is the only well in town, so you'll want to go to this one, and it's next to the watchtower. You want to get as much food as you can in this town since we'll be going to a lot of military places where you won't be able to get any. And I find these little shops and cars the best way to get food. Every time you see these little hunting markets, go in there and you could get the highest insulation clothing and hunting supplies. There's 2 bridges that go out of town and I use the bottom one. This will take you to another town called Horn Ozavoros, I think it's called. And there's a military checkpoint along the way. So here I found a shotgun, it was my first gun. I'll give it a 3 out of 10 for danger because it still is a fresh spawn area and there shouldn't be guys that have gear. I'll give gear a 6 out of 10 just because it's where you can find all the resources that you'll need to go north. And some of the resources that you'll need is a compass and a head torch. Try to find a compass because some routes that we'll be taking will be through bushes and fields, and also you need a head torch because the last location is completely dark. You can take this bridge out of town, or I just chose to follow the river and cross it when I reached Elisa Airport. This airport has high tier military loot and I found a plate carrier on a zombie, so keep an eye out for them. This place has loads of military and medical loot, so it could be a popular spot on the map for other players to come to as well. This was the location that I used to get all my military guns and outfit. For that reason, I give it a 7 out of 10 for danger and an 8 out of 10 for gear. There's also a chopper crash that can spawn in the middle, which I've seen multiple times. When you're ready to leave, head towards this radio thing and veer to the right at the fence. If you have a compass here, go directly east, but if not, just follow out the way I do. You can find this bunker surrounded by barbed wire and sandbags along the way to know you're on the right track to the next town. I just skimmed through Prusi and hit up the police station, and I'll give this town a danger of 5 out of 10 and gear of 6.5 out of 10. So if depending on what guns you have, you can still find some good ammo or gear in the police station. If you head out the back door of the police station, you'll see that there's a massive field and trees. You can follow that tree line to the left in that straight direction, and that'll take you to the next town, which is Dubnica, or if you do have a compass, you can set it directly east and you'll eventually get to a river which you can follow. I gave Dubnica a 4 out of 10 because it really isn't that close to a lot of things and most people will be heading in the opposite direction after the airport. And I gave its gear a 6 out of 10 because it still has some really good civilian supplies. Same thing about the compass, I really recommend you getting one. But after Dubnica, you head into Overgrown Military, which I'll show you on the compass. It's north and a little bit to the west. Overgrown Military is where you want to go. You'll find Overgrown Military by a dirt road and you'll see 2 massive guard towers. Proceed with caution because there is a ton of zombies here and it's likely that there's going to be some geared players as well. You can start at this little area here and there's also a hospital, and then you're going to loop around to the left and you're going to see this big tin shed which will lead you to the tents and other barracks. The barrack area is where I do find a ton of zombies and I'm always in trouble there, so you might have to take a stealthy approach. I give this place a 9 out of 10 for danger because along with the zombies, gas and other players that could be there, there's also bear spawns which I had troubles with sometimes as well. Gear's 9 out of 10 because this is one of the biggest military bases on the map and you'll be bound to find something good. The tents can get gas striked and this has happened to me multiple times, but you can still find a way around the base and still get a lot of loot. So if you did find a head torch or some form of light, whether it's a flare, a weapon flashlight, or if you're very lucky and got night vision, you can head down this path here and it'll lead you down to an underground bunker. I find the universal flashlight to be pretty poor, so a head torch or night vision would be the best. Head torches are more common, so try and find one of them. And pretty much anything else won't work because you have to do parkour to get down there and have to be able to see. This is one of the riskiest places on the map where we have run into other players and gotten into gunfights before we even entered. So you don't want your flashlight swaying as you do it. Here I'm just using the head torch and I put a flare on to look at the bottom. So yeah, I just think a head torch is the easiest way to go considering the odds of finding night vision. So I've given this a 10 out of 10 for danger because there is a parkour course that you have to complete. So it starts off easy and you get to go along this pipe here, and then it's going to take you down a set of stairs. And then the really bad part, which I seem to struggle with a lot, is this bit here. I've tried jumping and there'll be footage of us jumping and it just doesn't work. And I've also tried sprinting across it and I'm still having problems. So that's why it's a 10 out of 10 for danger. And when you get to the bottom, I'm sure there'll be a guy in night vision waiting for you too. If anyone knows how to get past it, that would be awesome to let me know in the comments section below. But for the gear, 10 out of 10. I haven't made it to the bottom because of the 10 out of 10 danger, but I have seen videos of other people getting some really good stuff down there, so you'll have to get down there and let me know how it goes. But anyway folks, that's all for this video. I hope you enjoy. If you did, leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you next week.